Welcome, friends. Thank you for joining me today. We're in our elemental series, and today our element is the earth element called Bhumi. Bhumi, Prana Flow Bhumi Namaskar, starting with the Prana Flow Pranams. And this is where we get this sacred triangle, this downward facing triangle, as it signifies this rooting energy. We call this apana that goes into the earth. So you can find this practice anytime you need rooting, grounding, stabilization, sacred boundaries in your life. Let's come into the Pranam Mudra Vinyasa as we begin. So inhale to bring your hands over your head, that triangle mudra. And then exhale as those hands just sweep down through the front. Just feel them passing through all your centers, your sacred centers. Feel that stability in through your feet. The hands, as they get to the root, they sweep in front of you. And then they turn their fingers back to each other and they rise. So we need to have roots to be able to rise in our life. Any grounding practice will help you just find that stability, find that strength within yourself, and use that strength from the earth. With our Ujjayi breathing right now, which is inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. At any time to release tension during your practice, you can always exhale out through the mouth, which releases all that tension in the jaw, and the head, neck, and shoulders. Our practice today, see what is that space that you want to earth, whether it's in your mind from swirling thoughts, whether it's in your heart from any feelings that are causing you to lose your center, or any physical body feelings or injuries or challenges that are really bringing you away from your sacred self. And reach the end of this next round as we come back down through the center, palms to the earth. And bring your hands in front of our belly. Your left hand goes in front of your belly, your right hand's on top of your hand for Sankalpa Mudra. And find that dedication. Dedicate something in your practice, that physical body, that mental, emotional body, that spirit body of yours. Just coming into I am grounding in, and feel what you hear. I am grounding in. And bring our hands back to that sacred triangle, and then we'll find our way to the back of our raft. And as we stand in the back of our raft, we feel deep from our feet into the earth. We drop our hands, we inhale, sweep our arms up out to the side. And as we exhale, Bring our hands down to our sacrum. Inhale our arms, our heart open. And then exhale as we bow forwards. 2 more rounds. Inhale through the front, your sacrum. Rise your heart. Exhale, forward fold. We'll be hearing some sounds of life. One more time. Inhale, heart open. And then exhale this time. We'll bend into our knees. And either coming into a high pranam, if this is open for your knees, or you can come all the way down into a low malasana squat. So if this isn't available, you can be high anytime we're low. So from here, inhale to open your heart as you press your elbows against your knees. Exhale as you bow forward, feel along the earth. Inhale, hands to your heart, open. What are you letting go of? What can you put into the center of the earth to hold for you? Inhale. And then on this exhale, we're going to slide out and come take the Bhumi connecting vinyasa, which is knees, heart through Anahatasana. So the hands stretch forward of the shoulders, hips are over the knees, either forehead or heart to the earth. Feel 3 rounds here of the pulsation vinyasa as you inhale through the back of your heart. And then exhale, heart to the earth. 1 more round, 2 more rounds actually, through the back of the heart on the inhale. Exhaling, heart to the earth. And after the next exhale, where you release your heart to the earth, you're going to inhale, come into Sphinx Asana, stretching crown away from the toes. Lift your heart in and exhale. Come into your Pranamasana. So the hands can be under the forehead in that triangle shape. It can also be directly over your crown. And the legs can be as wide as your mat or close together. And you can also sway your hips or just keep them steady. Come to this earth practice and we find peace in it as we move a little slower. Our world might be moving really quickly around us. Just let the energy of the earth soak up through your body and then give also anything you need to into the earth right now. In through that exhale. Hands under shoulders. You're going to inhale, lift your heart. Any of your back bends here. So cobra, upward facing dog, lower high cobra. And then we exhale, we come into downward facing dog. So we'll take dual leg lifting here. Inhale, we'll lift the right leg to the sky. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale the left leg to the sky. And exhale, bring that foot to meet the hands. 1 round of the 4 movements of lunge. So inhale as you round. Navel to spine, and then exhale, forward, back, with the front shin and the back heel and your heart lifts. 2 more rounds just like that. Inhale. Come to center. And then exhale, feel the front hip come down and the back leg rise to the sky as well. And then one more round. Inhale. And then exhale, all directions, forward, back, down and up, and your heart lifts. And we'll take the lower pathway here. So our hands will come inside the front foot. The back heel will come down. We let our head hang in its own weight as we slowly move and turn to the other side. And as we land in our exhale, we inhale, center. Exhale, always can be through some hasana breath. More rounds. Causing that coming together in the center on the inhale and that bowing of your head to your heart. And the exhale, moving front and from the back heel. One more round, inhale. Exhale, forward, back, down and up. Your heart to the sky. Crown away from back heel. Inhale, hands on the inside of the front foot, back heel comes down. And you slide yourself to the front of the raft. You're going to step back into Dandasana plank, knees down. The Bhumi connecting vinyasa into Anahatasana, exhale. Inhale into Sphinx. Exhale, come all the way down into Prana. Sway your hips or keep them steady. See how much connection you can feel from that sacred center of your body into the earth. Coming back to what are you letting go of? What do you need sacred boundaries for? What are you grounding in? Hands under shoulders. Exhale. Hips to sky, downward facing dog. We'll take the direct path now as we inhale to lift our left leg to the sky and open your hip or keep your legs straight. And then exhale, draw your knee to your navel. Step your foot forward. The back knee comes down. And we inhale, our heart open. And exhale, shift your hips back and bow into Ardha Hanumanasana. So 2 more rounds. We inhale, heart and crown away from back heel. Exhale, bowing down. Release your head to the earth. One more inhale. Inhale, come to all fours. Exhale, coming down. Anahatasana. Inhale, sliding forward. Sphinx Asana. Exhale, coming all the way down. Pranamasana. Extra breath here. Hands under shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. This time, right leg rising. Inhale. And exhale. Bring the foot forwards. Back knee down. Inhale to open your heart. Exhale, bowing. One more round. Inhale, keeping your heart close to the earth as you come through that inhale, and then exhale. Inhale, knees together, all fours. Exhale, Anahatasana, heart to the earth or forehead to the earth. Inhale, Sphinx Asana, heart and crown away from toes. Exhale, Pranamasana. Here we're going to add an earthing back bend in Shalambhasana. So you can keep your feet on the earth or you can raise them up, but the hands have a couple choices too. You can keep your hands palms up or palms down. You can also interlace the fingers, which is what I'm going to go for. As we interlace the fingers, I'm going to keep my feet down this time. I'm going to inhale to lift the heart off the mat. And I'm thinking of stretching my crown away from my toes, pressing all my toes into the earth. So that inhale gives me a slight higher lift, and then exhale, I just feel this bowing, but I'm not coming all the way down. So 2 more rounds like that. Inhale to lift out of your pelvis, through the crown, away from the toes. Exhale down. And then one more. If you want to lift your feet off the floor, you can. Inhale all the way down to the earth. Inhale, hands under shoulders. Exhale, coming back to downward facing dog. Gonna inhale, and then exhale, step the foot forward. One more round of the Prana Flow Bhumi Namaskar. So as you inhale to lift your heart, exhale, bowing. Inhale, rise, and open your heart. All directions from that sun, from the fire of the center of the earth. Exhale, bow. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, coming into lunge. The back heel comes down. Slide through the center and the prana flow lower pathway. Turn to the right. Back knee down. Inhale, heart. Exhale, letting go. 2 more rounds. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then hands on the inside. This time, actually just going to bring the feet together and facing the opposite way. That's okay. Knees are going to go wide and coming into child's pose or Shaktiasana. Hands in that downward facing triangle. Bowing to the fire in the center of your heart. And inhale as we slide forwards all the way into Pranamasana and take some sacred rolling. So the hands are going to go straight overhead on your belly. You're going to bend into your right knee. And then turn to the right as you roll open to the sky. And this arm can drape open. You can always come onto your back if it feels good to come all the way over. And then taking that right hand across your heart, coming back onto your belly, bending into your left knee, and then opening to the left. And then once again, if you want to roll all the way onto your back, you can. And then if you're on your back or no back, we're going to come back to our raft if you want to be supported that way. And come into happy baby. So bending into the knees, grabbing either the inside arches or the outside arches of your feet. As you bring your knees to the earth and rock side to side or stay steady. Tailbone is seeking the earth. You feel that breath of your lungs and your ribs expanding into your thighs. And then if you want, you can take your fingertips on your big toe and open into Upavishta Konasana. And then bending at the knees, bringing your feet down to the earth and either taking a moment in the lunar bridge, which is knees on the earth, knees together. Coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, heels together. And we'll take one round of the flowing bridge. So hands by your side. Inhale, knees face the sky. Inhale as you lift tailbone and vertebra by vertebra, each off the ground until your hands are over your head. And then on your next exhale, bring yourself all the way back down. Take a few more rounds or any more asana that you choose. And then we're coming into closure. So they're in the lunar bridge in Shavasana. Super earth, earth. Or if you want to come into seated meditation. So make your choice. Put on the bija for the earth element. Which is LAM. Listen to that as we close. So feel into being a part of the sacred earth. Feel just the energy of your practice from your toes to your crown to your toes. Releasing all unnecessary tension, conflict in your physical body, mental, emotional body, your spirit body.
Vam Sham Sham Sam.
As we close our practice, you can bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly.
Vam Sham Sham Sam.
Pray for peace within ourselves. Empty. Peace in our relationships, our families. Empty. And peace within our earth, our community.
Vam Sham Sham Sam.